yeah.
Da-da-da-da. Is this the song? Come on, Nick. Thank you. Thank you. Where you at, AD? It's real slow. Oh, that's it right there, AD. Da-da-da-da. Yeah. Come on. The Carlton is in full effect. No, both of y'all hit the Carlton. Wait, Nick, bring it back one more time, Rick. We got to bring it the opening of the show because I didn't even say it's the captain show. So I got the best two Carltons. I'm missing one, Warfield. I'm missing one guy to put the Carlton all together. But we're going to bring this back in and see if we can't get these two legends to hit the Carlton up.
Oh, man, you said D-Dub.
Wow.
Here we go.
First you gotta just
Yeah.
like this.
Okay. Show it to me. Okay, so yeah.
That's how you know.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta go like this.
Finger snap.
Yeah.
Finger snap.
Hey, D, you gotta show me that.
Then you gotta hit the double.
The double, yeah.
Laughter is good for the soul. Welcome to the Captain Show. 93.7 The Ticket. I kind of wrangled AD to stick around. DP's here. Nick's here. You guys were talking, man, and I was listening. I was like, wow, amazing. Just because I've been through it, multiple times before. But, DP, you were saying that you have to have somebody who is there,
Right.
who understands what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And, my brother, Sabrina, his wife, we were there.
Mm-hmm.
3 months he was in the hospital.
3 months.
Just think about that. 3 months. And, it's COVID, and we're wrangling with the doctors to help us to approve us to stay, because back then, 6 o'clock, once it's over, as far as visiting hours, everybody's supposed to leave.
Right.
And, we're blessed enough to be able to talk the doctors into letting one of us stay at all times. And I think, that helps us get through.
Mm-hmm.
It helps when you have someone that can see your situation through your lenses, and they got not only an understanding for what you're going through, but they have a feeling
Right.
for what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
They have empathy
Mm-hmm.
for what you're going through. So, man, that was powerful stuff, man. And people, if you're listening, when people go through different things, that's not the time to run away. That's the time to run
Well,
to.
you find out who's who.
Yes, you do.
and it starts with you. Like, you find out who you are. Like, you don't know who you are
Right.
until the things that are basic to you are taken away.
It's like that saying that's been around for years. Adversity introduces a man or a woman to themselves. Adversity introduces us to ourselves. It's easy to say, have a great day, and man, life is good, and man, gotta have a positive attitude when things are good. But when life happens, as we all know, adversity hits, that's when we find out who we are. And VJ, I wanted to say this, man, to listeners out there. It's okay to be not okay. It's okay not to be okay. And there's help out there, and I'm glad to see, bring it to sports. I'm glad to see there's more, there's athletes that are talking about mental health and just well-being and burnout right now, because in the past 2 years, if COVID has showed us anything, it showed us the importance for connection with people. And burnout has been big. Mental health has been big. And folks, I'm going to tell you right now, when I lost my mom, I was telling DP and Rico up there, I did not grieve well. And you know that, VJ, when I lost my mom, I was in a bad spot, very bad place. But since I've lost my father, basically 113 days ago, I still talk to my grief counselor every week.
Well, if you're talking about 113 days ago, yeah, absolutely.
Yes. I
know the day.
I know the day,
Right.
So I still talk with my grief counselor once a day. Now, here's the thing. People would say, it makes you, society used to say, and it still does, it's still pretty loud chorus for the society. Oh, you're weak as a man, you're weak as a woman if you need help. No, we all need help. Coach Osborne, me and Rashawn played for, in our opinion, the greatest football coach to ever coach the game.
Absolutely.
The greatest coach. We all needed help. Coach Osborne needed help. That's why he had assistant coaches. At halftime, VJ, remember Coach Osborne would come in there at halftime and he would look at the assistants say, and he had those plays up on the board.
Right.
And he would consult with them
First.
getting help and consult.
Mhm.
What do you guys think?
Right.
So why would we think in our lives, if we do it on our jobs and in sports and things that at the end of the day really don't matter, if we feel that we can get coaching, then we all have bankers, we got doctors, we got dentists. Those are just coaches.
We got accountants.
We got accountants that just say we need help.
You got police officers.
We got police officers.
You got military.
We got military. You got nurses. So in all those other things that we get help with, why wouldn't we get help when we need it for ourselves, when it comes to our mental or physical aspect, when we need that help?
Pride,
Pride,
vanity,
man.
ego. It's all those things. Like you said that day when you gotta ask for help going to the bathroom.
I had to ask for help. Couldn't get out
Right.
of bed.
And then you go, once I learned that it's okay
Right.
and that I need to, then it becomes a much easier process
Absolutely.
to do anything else going forward. So that learning process, it is a great humbling. Like that,
Yeah, it is.
that's the important thing, is just to accept it.
BJ, you think about this, and like DP, like you get accepted. Rashawn, you came in as a running back. Running back, switch to tight end.
Oh, switch to fullback.
The fullback, running back to fullback to tight end. In each one of those areas, you needed help.
Absolutely.
Because you did. I mean, you're an athlete, you're a great athlete, obviously. That's why you were here, but you still needed tutelage for that new position.
Sure.
Still needed it.
Sure.
And you listened.
Yeah.
So to the listeners out there, it's okay to get help. BJ and DP and Nick and Rico and all the other the guests they have on here, the hosts, they're helping you with football knowledge and sports knowledge and information. Also, it's entertainment, but it's also education.
Sure.
You know?
It's
We're
like
trying.
It's just like the man in the ocean, and he's in the ocean, he's stranded. He's like, hey, God's gonna help me. They send somebody, the raft goes by. He's like, nah, go ahead. God's gonna get me. And then the boat comes by. Hey, you need help? Nah, go ahead. He's gonna get me. And then DP comes by on a little speedboat. You need help? Nah, the Father's gonna help me. Well, then all of a sudden he drowns, go to heaven, and he say, well, what? I thought you were gonna help me. He was like, yeah, I did. I sent the speedboat, I sent the yacht, I sent DP, I sent Aaron, I sent Nick, and you said, but you didn't physically understand that I was sending it to you. I sent it to you. It's in your face.
Right.
And sometimes we can't see
Right.
the help that's there because of
point.
whatever issue.
It's the thing.
Great analogy.
It hit me probably, and I was in this body cast for 6 months.
Body cast.
Right. It's a girdle, body girdle. It keeps me from, so for 6 months I wasn't allowed to bend or twist. I could not bend or twist. And the first day that I got to go to physical therapy, and I got there, and the guy was sitting next to me, and he was like, "Man, I hate having to come to these therapy sessions." I'm like, "Oh no, my brother, I get to come to these therapy sessions." Like,
get to.
right? that I have to versus I get to,
Right.
because I'm like, this is what I was asking for.
Mm.
This is what I was asking for. Everything that was put in front of me as friction, obstacle, or other was an opportunity.
Right.
And I was asking for those opportunities. I just never verbalized them that way. And I was like, listen, I'm going to show up with a smile of therapy. Guess what? I'm going to be miserable while I do it, but I understand why I'm doing it. I understand why I'm doing it.
Legend. I got a legend on the show coming.
Who you got today, man?
Charles Fryer.
Man, get out of here.
Peace, aka Peanut.
Wow.
From what? Dirty Jersey.
Jersey.
From Jersey. He's a Jersey
Man,
boy.
I haven't seen Charles probably since he was here. He wouldn't even know me, man, because I only last time I seen him, I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, like kid.
Yeah. Well, when we were talking on the phone and we was just talking, and he told me he came in 85.
Bro, I
was 10.
Yeah.
But we was raring to go.
Right.
I told him, I was like, dude, you have no idea the impact that you guys.
We'd be in the backyard saying Fryer.
What?
And it wasn't Irving, it was Charles.
Yeah.
Undersized defensive back, but was nasty.
He was nasty.
I mean, he was nasty, man.
But wait till you hear the story of him, how coming to Nebraska, how that came about, how playing defensive back came about. It's truly amazing. Truly amazing.
I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah,
man.
truly amazing how that whole thing
that.
came about with him, and following Irving Fryer, Irving leaving, he coming, and that whole dynamics. We're gonna talk about all that. It's some
Bro,
good
you
stuff
brought
coming.
him a name. I haven't, man. Charles Fryer.
Dude, let me tell you
I
something.
love it.
The defense that they had
Nasty.
in 1986, 87, 88, and I'm gonna break this down, was bar none. I know we had 95 was a great defense, but the names that I'm getting ready to reel off, and I'm talking to Charles, and I'm like, tell me everybody that was on that defense.
Bro, B.
And I
Wash,
said,
Reggie
what
Cooper,
was on that defense?
Jeff Mills, Broderick Thomas,
Leroy
Neil
Etienne,
Smith, Leroy Etienne,
Lawrence Pete,
Noonan, Murray.
Noonan,
I mean, we can go on and on and on with the number of guys. That
Jeff Jam Hogg.
Yes.
Do you know how many people was on that team
And they were
that
nasty.
went on to be
Pickens.
NFL ballers?
Oh, you had Pickens back there, man. Obviously, we mentioned Coop. Oh man, we can
Did
go on and
you
on
have-
with guys back
you had-
there, man.
I mean, B. Wash.
B. Wash.
B. Wash was somebody that
Yep,
I
I
think
mentioned B. Wash.
everybody when B. Wash was here when we was at the University of Nebraska, it was awesome to have him.
Yeah.
Because we knew he was an NFL guy, but he was still down to earth, and he taught us. When B. Wash would be out there working out, it'd be like, dang, old dude out there getting
And
it.
still getting it in.
Is he in Lincoln?
I think B. Wash is now.
That's what they
I
said.
think he
From what
might
I'm
be. In
hearing.
fact, Steve, though. In fact, I think he is back in
Absolutely.
Lincoln now.
Listen,
Yep.
man. B. Wash, if you listening, man, you got the caller radio station 464-5685, area code 402. Your little brother Rashawn Jackson would love to speak with you.
You know, the thing that resonates with me most about B. Wash, whether he was working out or just walking, there was always a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
You know, there was just that, simply people have their different characteristics and mannerisms. It was always intensity. And there was always a sense of urgency how he did things.
Mm-hmm.
And he played that way. And that's why he played so long in the league. He just played with a sense of urgency.
Right.
And he was always very just disciplined, man.
Yeah.
Just disciplined.
Yep.
I haven't seen him in years, but he probably still looks like he's in playing shape.
I guarantee he does. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because I know he ain't took a day off.
No.
That's what I'm curious about.
Right.
I'm curious to see, is he gonna be in some sweats, some cross trainer shoes, talking about running the stadium steps. I mean, that's who encouraged me to run the steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I seen this dude up here running the steps, and you think B. Wash, New York Jets, I probably should be running the steps.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I probably should be saying that that's what I need to do. But yeah, let's take Mark. Take old Mark. See what Mark's talking about. Mark, you on the air? What you want to say, buddy?
Rashawn, who's with you today? I joined late.
I'm sorry, it's Aaron Davis. We got Nick in the building and DP.
You need to understand that you're talking about right now. You're talking about the days that I was at UNL. I was in college from 86 to 90 and went on to work for the Alumni Association for 15 years. And I want to thank you for reminding Husker fans what that era was all about. You embody all of the guests you have on. You embody what things could be. I got to tell you, I've got a son who's about to become 21, and I think he thinks that those national championships and those glory days was like faking the moon landing, right? That it never really happened. And I have to pop in the video. I got to pop in the videotapes and show him what dominance was. And to hear you, and every time that I tune into the show, you've got some representative of some of the greatest glory days, and it is just fascinating. And it's been a hot minute, right? It's been 20-some years, 30-some years since the dominance was around, and you forget. And I just hope you don't take lightly what you guys mean to this program and to the state and to Husker fans who lived and breathed, because it just has been so long. And I just hope that you realize how important that is to those of us who want that again.
No, absolutely, Mark, man. I appreciate that big time. It is truly an honor, and I appreciate DP for just acknowledging and having me to be here in this space to be able to talk about something that's dear to me. Husker football from the time I was 0 means a lot to me. And even when I'm older now, I find myself going back. Like we want to have the Red Barons on. I seen Red Baron, Jerry Murtaugh, and Johnny Rogers at the university, right? And so I'm gonna put that picture up. I'll send it to you, DP. We'll put it up on the stream or whatever. But just to see those guys, and I started asking. I was like, Murtaugh, how old are you? Because me and Murtaugh would do stuff 20 years ago. He would have me at autograph sessions, right? I'm like, Mert, how old are you? When I was doing the radio, I had Mert on. Right. Now Mert's doing the radio. You know what I mean? and listen. Well, let me before I get to Murtaugh, because they got a great group that will help different Huskers out that's having problems.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But
Husker
I asked Murtaugh, how old are you? And he's like 74.
Tall.
And I'm looking at Murtaugh. I'm like, stop lying. So I grabbed him by the arm and I'm like, dude, 74 don't supposed to feel like that, man. It ain't supposed to feel like that, Murtaugh. You tripping, man. You lying to me. Then I'm talking Red Barons right there. So all these guys, Johnny, I think, is the youngest out of the bunch. And we know Johnny is still balling in racquetball and paddle ball. You know, we had our paddle ball league going for a little bit before a couple of the older guys got hurt. But it's just amazing to see those guys. But it's even more amazing when you go back and you look at the games.
Right.
Because then you start to understand why the history and tradition of Nebraska football is so deep and so strong. So, Mark, listen, I appreciate you for being a part of that movement and even listening now. And we're going to continue to bring to tie the history of Nebraska football, the cogs, the Aaron Davises, the pieces that make this thing go.
Absolutely.
You know, so. Hey, listen, we're going to take a break, man, because I'm sweating up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? Hey, D, y'all got me emotional, getting pumped up, all in this. Then Mark called.
Feel Good Friday, baby.
Yeah, Feel Good Friday. But when we get back, we'll talk a little bit, and then we'll have Charles Fryer, the ticket.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
Bagels and Joe is ready for the spring with pesto cream cheese, great on any bagel. Try a mint and peach Arnold Palmer while you're there, and don't forget their locally roasted coffee, delicious breakfast burritos, and bagel boxes for the office. Bagels and Joe with 4 Lincoln locations.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hello, I'm Charlie Stone, back with the latest news from Honda of Lincoln. Joining me now is the general manager, Andy Goodyear. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, with spring right around the corner, how is your supply of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles?
Really good, Charlie. As I've said before, when you drive by our lot, you don't see what you're looking for? Just remember, we have hundreds of new Hondas arriving soon, with Honda continuing to offer 0.9% APR financing to qualified buyers. Plus, we have over 125 pre-owned vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
That's great, Andy. Any more great news?
There is, Charlie. Honda just announced financing from 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
When everything is changing, you need a store that's a constant. A store that has the brands your family loves and the value that you need. A store where you can stock up, pick up, and drive up. A store that's close to home and feels like home. A store that puts the health and safety of you and your family above all else. And a store that's always here to help. At Kohl's, we don't know what next year will look like. We just know that we'll be here for you no matter what. Kohl's, here today, here to stay. See store or Kohls.com for details.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
2022 is all about staying well. And guess what? There are lots of easy ways to take care of your mental and physical health every day, like eating right and exercising, taking vitamins, drinking water, scheduling those annual doctor's visits, or just resting. That's right, even a quick nap counts. Because let's be honest, these days we could all use a little more wellness in our lives. So stay well, Nebraska. For more ways you can stay healthy, visit StayWellNebraska.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has 2 Lincoln locations that are great for any occasion. If you're downtown for a basketball game or a concert, stop by their newest spot at 10th and P. Don't forget to check out their social media pages to learn about any concerts on stage at Rosie's. If you want to avoid a busy downtown scene, head over to the original Rosie's just south of 14th and Highway 2 for a feeling of your local hometown bar. There's plenty of TVs at both places and great food and drink. What are you waiting for? Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill at 10th and P and on South 14th Street.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get it going. We're going to take it to a quick break. I need you to call Charles for me. Come on, man. I was running my mouth, y'all. I'm sorry. It's the ticket, 93.7, the captain. As usual, I'm running my mouth at 609 number. Make sure you hit it and don't go off. But man, that was kind of awesome, Nick. Nick, Houston.
What about Houston?
Are you kidding me right now?
Is this the we have a problem?
No, Houston. We don't have a problem.
Oh, Houston, the basketball team.
Yeah, I said Nick called it. He said, I want Houston. You should have just went with him.
I should have chosen him, yeah.
I thought you did. That was a big time
I like
upset.
Kelvin Sampson.
That was a major upset, man.
Absolutely. It was good
It
basketball.
don't get no, yeah, it was good basketball last night. Gonzaga, bracket busting, baby. Holla at your boy, dog.
Gonzaga lost. Duke went on a 7-0 run late in the last 2 minutes to beat Texas Tech.
Duke has got to be the favorite.
Ooh.
Duke has got to be the favorite to win it now.
I don't know about that.
Who you like? Houston?
No.
You like the Peacocks?
I don't like
you like
Houston.
St. Peter's Peacocks?
I like Purdue in the Final Four, especially.
Out of New
Villanova?
Jersey? Oh, Villanova's going to be dangerous. They're always going to be dangerous just because. So, without further ado, man, I think we got our caller, a legend, class of 1988, on the captain. Another captain, the ticket, 93.7, Charles the Man Fryer. Charles, how we doing, bro?
How y'all doing?
Man,
Y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we got you.
All right.
You in the building, but before we do, did we get all those loaded, Nick? We good on those? Okay, that's fine. Before we go, I'm gonna play something for you. Well, that's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll come back. Charles, man, tell me, how you doing? How you been, man, all these years?
Man, I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed by the best, man. That's all I can say. You know, as long as I wake up and I'm looking at the grass and the grass not looking at me, I got a chance.
Absolutely. How did you make it to? We had a caller. Let me just say this first. We had a caller because I was giving a shout out. Me, AD. You remember Aaron Davis? He was here. Yeah, Aaron Davis was in, and we both grew up in Nebraska. Him and Lincoln, me in Omaha, and I was telling them how, the 80s football, all the 80s for me was golden. Oh my God, that was the reason why I played football for Nebraska, because of you guys. Sir. And so you gotta pay homage when homage is due. And I was talking about that 86 defense, I think. The 86 through 88 defense. And when we was going over it, and we'll dig a little bit deeper after this first break, but when we was going over it, and you was naming guys, and I'm thinking like back to myself, like this guy's on that team, this guy's on that team. You mean tell me B. Wash was on that team? Leroy Etienne was on that team. Danny Noonan was on that team. All these dudes on the same team. Neil Smith was on that team that went on to have long pro careers. But, a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, of saying 95 defense, because I played, was the best defense at Nebraska.
I got to argue with you on that.
I know. I know. That's what I'm saying. So we will have that argument today, but when I go back and I look at you guys' defense, I'm like, well, wait a minute. We had the baddest defense in our era.
Right.
But it might be a little not smart to say we necessarily had the baddest defense for Nebraska, because we were able to the defense was able to put it with the offense, and then you had the special teams. Right. We put it all together. So I don't want to say that. I'm still saying 95 is better just based on the numbers, but based on what I just went over today with you, I might have to reconsider.
Okay.
It's like when I watched Mike Rozier again. And because I've always said Lawrence Phillips is the best running back to me to put the pass on.
Bad.
Yeah, he was bad. But if we're talking about bill of work, right? And bill of work is what you did when you had the end on, and then what you did if you had a chance to go on further your career. I got to give it to Mike Rowe, man. I just do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, You know what I mean? The man didn't
Another
even.
bad boy. I tell you, another bad boy, Doug DeBose, man. Now, the booty was nice too. Now,
The booty, Doug the booty. Listen.
Doug the
I
Booty.
gotta get the. Is Doug planning on coming back for the spring game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got when we get we'll take a break at some point. And like I said, I need Doug's number because again, when we was playing Kill the Man in the backyard in the projects, bro.
Yeah, y'all calling out those names, right?
Yeah, it was killed, man. Man, I'm Doug the Boast, man. I'm Keith Endzone Jones, bro. Y'all can't stop me.
Yeah.
I'm Steve Taylor. Y'all can't, I mean, and then on defense, it was the exact same thing on opposite. I'm Neil Smith. I'm this guy. I'm that guy. And so I think, when I think Charles Fryer, I always thought, okay, that was Irving Fryer's. That was Irving Fryer's little brother, and then to get to know exactly who you are, and that it's a cousin, and to kind of get the dynamics of that relationship. Man, Charles, you kind of are an unsung hero.
Thank you, man.
Somebody because again, you have to be able to look at the bill of work. You have to be able to look at what you did on the football field. What impact did you have when you played for the University of Nebraska? So I appreciate you so much for coming on the show, for continuing to lock in those Lego blocks of the history of Nebraska football.
Thank you, my brother, and you're oh so welcome, man. I enjoy this. You know what I mean? I'm kind of a historian too, like you said yourself was a historian, and I always look back, and look at the guys that were there before me, the building blocks that were there before me, and I just want to contribute. You know what I mean? They list me as a walk-on, however, it's an asterisk mark with that walk-on, because back then we had the Prop 48. I'm not sure if you too familiar with all that, but
I mean, come on, man.
I
Hey,
wasn't
listen.
eligible to receive a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
So the offer was come to Nebraska, do your classwork for a year, get the grade, and we'll give you the scholarship. Because a couple schools wanted me to go to a junior college route, but Nebraska was like, nah, we don't want you to go to junior college route because that's gonna open back up your recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
And we almost lost you to Iowa State. So, nah, we want you to come right to campus, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure you get your grades and to get the scholarship. So that's how it went. They made sure, everything was taken care of, financially. And as soon as I got the proper grades, they awarded me my scholarship. And,
well, there's a story. There's a story, you was telling me a little bit about. Elaborate on that, about Iowa State's head coach sleeping outside your house.
Okay, it wasn't the head coach, it was Dave DeCampo. I'm not sure if y'all remember Dave Campo. He was the coach at matter of fact, he was the head coach for Dallas.
Yeah, I remember Dave Campo.
The Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, he slept in front of my house in '84. It was between Iowa State and Nebraska. I narrowed it down from Iowa State to Nebraska, because remember I told you I was an Oklahoma fan growing up, until I didn't want to go there and stand around in awe and not perform to my highest. So he slept in front of the house, and that night around 5:30 in the morning, my mother asked me that question. She was like, well, if you think you're one of the best, and they say you're one of the best, go where the best are and prove it to me. So at the time, Nebraska was number one. So it was a no-brainer.
So who actually recruited you?
Frank Solich and Coach Huey. Those were the recruiters at the time.
East Coast.
But as far as schools, I mean, I can list you 1,000 schools that recruit.
Right. East Coast. So East Coast, yeah, Coach Solich did have the East Coast.
Right.
Yeah, and so where are you from in New Jersey?
Burlington City, New Jersey.
Burlington City, New Jersey. In
Right.
1984.
I'm right outside of Philadelphia and right outside of Trenton.
In 1984, what was the climate?
And back here?
Yeah.
Around that time, that's when crack cocaine epidemic first hit. So it kind of hit the East Coast real fast, real hard. But thanks to my friends and people that I grew up with, I never had to become involved with that. You know, guys, you know, that were involved with it kept me away from all that. They were like, you are an athlete, you are a star, whatever you need, you know, if you see us with new sneaks on or whatever, you just ask us, we'll get them for you. You know, we don't want you around nothing, you know, that could, you know, perhaps, you know, mess up your career and your scholarship. So, you know, I got to give homage and a lot of thanks to those guys.
Watching Irving do his thing, how did that influence you?
Well, it kind of it made me more competitive in a way, because I knew if I came out there, I knew the name I would have to carry on and what I would have to live up to. But I was prepared for that. I always thought I was better than him at wide receiver, because he was a tight end back here.
Really?
He was a tight end back here, yeah. He was a tight end and a safety.
So yeah, I won't even get into his recruiting. So you felt like, you know what, I'm going to Nebraska, but he just got drafted first round, though, first pick.
Yeah,
huh?
but I was 5-star, man. My mentality was I'm better than him right now. And you guys, McCaffrey Clayton, when I got there, I told McCaffrey Clayton, anything you throw to him, how fast the ball was, you can throw it to me double on.
Wow.
And I'll catch you.
So
that was my mentality. You know, when my mom posed that question to me, if you think you one of the best, go and prove it. I was out there to prove that.
how was but you played corner. You came out a wingback receiver. How did you transition to a cornerback?
It all came down to my agility drill. You know, me and Dana Brinson were the two receivers that they recruited. So he had the 40 time, but my agility drill was out the roof. So they said, well, instead of us having both of y'all run back and forth, you know, running plays in and out, we can have Charles on the field all the time and Dana on the field all the time. We'll switch Charles because of his agility, and, you know, we can see him playing corner. So they promised me that, you know, once I learned the corner spot, that first year, the following year, no matter what, I will come out on top. I would be the first, you know, I would be starting corner. And they lived up to their word, because I pulled my hamstring. I couldn't fight for the job during spring ball. But coming back out that fall, my name was number one on the depth chart.
Talking to Charles Fryer, class of 1988. Charles, we're going to take a break. When we come back off the break, we're going to talk a little bit more football, 80s football. The Captain, the Ticket, 93.7.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pine Lane. Let them fix you a plate.
Hello, I'm Charlie Stone, back with the latest news from Honda of Lincoln. Joining me now is the general manager, Andy Goodyear. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, with spring right around the corner, how is your supply of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles?
Really good, Charlie. As I've said before, when you drive by our lot, you don't see what you're looking for, just remember we have hundreds of new Hondas arriving soon, with Honda continuing to offer 0.9% APR financing to qualified buyers. Plus, we have over 125 pre-owned vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
That's great, Andy. Any more great news?
There is, Charlie. Honda just announced financing from 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300 or go to choicestreatmentcenter.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A mix of sun and clouds, windy again today as northwest winds will gust over 30. We'll see an afternoon high of 58. Passing cloud cover tonight with winds calming and a low down to around 28. Tomorrow, again, a mix of sun and clouds, not quite as windy, but slightly cooler with a high of 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson. Sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
House. Yeah, he might the funky ass. Just letting it hang there. Oops, tricked that one off. The captain, the ticket, 93.7. I'm back. We're talking to Charles Fryer, class of 1988, one of the best corners to put the pads on. Charles, how big were you your senior year?
I was my fighting weight was 177 was the heaviest, about 5'9.5", 5'10". 170, 177, I fluctuated.
5'9"?
5'10", yeah.
I mean, I just see when I think about that, you know, you think about all the corners that I played with. The Ralph Brown was around that same type size, maybe a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, but like I think Barry Miles.
Barry Miles, yeah, he was tough one.
Right, and I say, you know, when we tie it all back together, it didn't start with Barry Miles. It didn't start, you know what I mean? There's people. Yeah, you know, corner's been balling at Nebraska for a long time.
I don't know if you remember Tahan Lewis.
Of course.
Yeah, Tahan was around that side.
See, you know, a lot of times people think for us back then, you guys played so much bigger, you look so much bigger because we was younger and smaller, or you know, at the time. But then when you look back and you go back and say, well, wait, I played football, I'm like, 5'9", 5'10", 175. Balling, picking. You know, I would imagine they tried to pick on you till they figured it out.
At times, yeah, until they figured it out at times, and then I'll be over there all by myself a lot of times, and I had to bait them.
Now you said you grew up an Oklahoma fan. Why?
Because of the wishbone. Just because of that. Just because of the wishbone.
So on TV in New Jersey, was
Exactly.
Nebraska Oklahoma playing? Was that the game that was on?
Yep, exactly. Yep, that's the team that we seen. We didn't see too much in Nebraska. We would get the Thanksgiving game when it finally became relevant. When it finally became relevant, we would get Nebraska Oklahoma. But we would get a lot of Oklahoma.
8 career picks is the one that you that resonates with you more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one?
The picks.
Pick 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna cue that up the next break. I had that queued up. I didn't have a chance to get it queued, but I'm gonna cue that up the next break.
The pick 6.
Yeah, I got it queued up.
Yeah,
I found it. Yeah, I'm gonna cue that up so the people can hear. They can hear it. They can hear the music. Who was influential in helping your career? That was a player.
I missed that. Say that again.
Who was influential in helping your career? That was a player.
That was a player.
Yes,
Guy
sir.
Rozier.
What did he do? Why was he how did he influence you?
Because when I got there, Irvin, Mike, and those guys had left. They were leaving. Guy was basically the only guy from he was from Camden, New Jersey, as a matter of fact, which is right down the street from where I live. And I kind of, felt more at home being around him than anybody else. He was a homeboy, and he knew what high school I went to. We knew, certain streets, we would know about, and it was just a slice of home.
How good?
And it was cool, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, Guy. Guy. I worked with Guy a little bit when he had came back to work here, and that's what I'm saying. Before he came back to work, you never knew a Guy Rozier played.
Right.
For Nebraska, you know what I mean? So it's always fun to go back and to tie all of us up together and figure out what years this person played, what years this person played. But this was going on in '84. It's still going on in '94. Talk a little bit about Sugar Ray Nelson.
Oh, Sugar Ray?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to tell you about Sugar Ray? All the shake in the world. All the shake in the world. I remember my first day at cornerback, right? I was going up against Ray Nelson. Ray spent me like a top, man. I honestly didn't think cornerback was for me. You know what I mean? Because I went up against Ray Nelson, and he spent me like a top. But after that, a guy named Dennis Watkins came to me and was like, yo, you starting out in the big league. You know what I mean? You don't want to start out with a guy like Ray Nelson. He got too much shape. Until you learn the cornerback spot, maybe you should back up a little bit and try a different guy. But that wasn't for me. I had to wait till Ray Nelson came back up, and I'm going against Ray Nelson again. But I'm going to back up a little bit. Backed up a little bit, guarded him pretty well, and it was, it was on from there. But yeah, that dude Sugar Ray, he was something.
Danny, I'm just gonna name a few people: Danny Noonan, Neil Smith, Spockman, Lee Jones. We got Holloway, Mark Mumford, Mike, Leroy Etienne, Roger Thomas, Jeff Jamrod, Lorenzo Hick, Brian Doris.
Yeah, them all the guys that I played with.
Right.
And these are, when I was at Nebraska, I don't think we ever went lower than number 4 in defense in the nation. We were always ranked 1, 2, or 3 in the nation in defense. Total defense.
Who was the hardest receiver you went against?
The hardest, Willie Anderson.
Really?
UCLA. Yeah. No. Let me stop. Guy out of South Carolina, Sterling Sharp.
Oh, wow.
Sterling Sharp killed us.
What year did y'all play Sterling?
Killed us. Yeah, we played them down there in Columbia, South Carolina. It was 110 degrees, had to be. And Sterling was out there doing us. He was out there doing us. No matter what defense we played, whether it was man, zone, cover 2, no matter what it was, Sterling was killing us.
Yeah, people don't know how great Sterling Sharp was. I mean, we think Shannon Sharp because of,
Right.
tight end, Denver won, Baltimore. You think about him, he's on TV, but the best Sharp we really don't hear about, and that's Sterling.
That's Sterling.
That's Sterling.
And then it was Flipper Anderson from UCLA, and then it was Hartley Dykes from Oklahoma State. Yeah.
So, did you guys win that South Carolina game?
Yeah, we ended up winning it. It went down to the wire. It was back and forth. We couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop us. It was who had the ball last. And they had the ball last. I think we might have won by 3. They had the ball last. They got into our red zone, and Siebler came up with an interception.
B. Siebler, Brian Washington. Y'all had a bunch of Bryans on that defense, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
So who was the bowl game wise?
Bowl game.
Yeah, what I know we struggled in the 80s in the bowl game. What was your record, and what was the best bowl game you played in and the worst?
The best bowl game I played in was the Orange Bowl, 89. I was an Orange Bowl MVP. I had 2 interceptions, like 3 or 4 pass deflections. The worst bowl game I played in, that's hard.
I mean, if you lost, you had to lose one bowl game at least.
Fiesta Bowl.
Against who?
Had to be Fiesta Bowl against Florida State.
Dang, Florida State been giving us the business, huh?
Yeah, and what I was so heated, man, because Coach Osborne would not throw the ball at Dion. And I'm like, he ain't the best corner out here. I'm the best corner out here. They throwing the ball at me. Why y'all not throwing the ball at him? Coach Osborne was like, Charles, just relax. I'm like, trying, testing.
But okay, so you had Dana Brinson. Who else was there at receiver?
Morgan
Gregory.
What's the wingback name? Wow. Richard Bell.
Richard Bell, yeah.
Yeah, Richard Bell. Vaughn Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we Stevie T. I'm gonna have to have that conversation. Did Deion Sanders did never pick off Stevie T? Did he?
Nah.
Oh, he didn't get prime time, huh?
Nah.
Hey, listen.
Prime time didn't score against us.
That's what I'm saying. Was he playing punt return?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm talking to Charles.
We punted away from him.
Right. Do the smart thing. Don't put the ball in the hands of a playmaker. Charles, we're gonna take a quick break, but when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about your career at Nebraska, not only getting picks, but how good was that 88 black shirt, 86 black shirt defense? The captain, the ticket, 93.7. Be right back.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
This is your high school minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In baseball on Thursday, Lincoln East decimated Lincoln High 11-0. Cameron Tennant was the star of the game with 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Lincoln North Star won over Norfolk 11-4, and Lincoln Southeast beat Grand Island 7-5. In track, Lincoln Pius X showed up in a big way during the Northeast Relays on Thursday. The boys won 4 events and the girls won 6. Reese Crossroad won the boys long jump and triple jump for the Bolts. Kate Campos for Lincoln Pius won the 100-meter hurdles with a time of 15.02 seconds. Lincoln East Sam Capos won the discus and shot put. In coaching news, Lincoln Southeast has announced a new wrestling coach. Braden Willis, currently an assistant wrestling coach at UNK and former wrestler at UNK, will take over as head coach next season. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox. KFXL Weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A mix of sun and clouds, windy again today as northwest winds will gust over 30. We'll see an afternoon high of 58. Passing cloud cover tonight with winds calming in a low down to around 28. Tomorrow, again, a mix of sun and clouds, not quite as windy, but slightly cooler with a high of 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers is all about the good and creating more of it. More drive-through celebrations, more weekend traditions, more family dinners and lunches, more car picnics and road trips, more desserts, maybe more second desserts. More celebrating being together as much as we can. There's always room for more good and more Freddy's. Keep the good going with a taste that brings you back.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop, located at 5001 O Street.
Southeast Community College has learning centers in Falls City, Hebron, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Wahoo, and York so that you can take credit and non-credit classes at a center nearby without having to travel an hour or more to campus. By taking online classes and those at a learning center, you can earn your degree from SEC where and when it's convenient for you, all at a cost that won't stand in the way of your education. Learn more about SCC's learning centers at southeast.edu/learning centers. SCC, your path to possible.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on West O Street at Price Right Auto.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
A lot of people give anything to have a guy averaging 81 yards a game. First and 10, Oklahoma State. Their second possession and a pretty good drive. They've reached the Big Red 38-yard line. Thomas on the sweep. Chance to get outside. Riley out there trying to block for him. And it was Charlie Fryer. And Brian Siegler out there making the stop. Fryer at right corner, the cousin of former All-American Irving Fryer.
Boy. Charles Fryer against Thermo Thomas.
Yeah.
That in itself, I'm just thinking about that. That matchup, you one-on-one with Thermo. I know one of the things we talked about at Nebraska was don't let no defensive back stop you. Don't do it. But not only did you stop him, it was a one-on-one play and you stopped it.
Yeah. I prided myself in making tackles, man. I mean that the black shirt defense just was it's a mindset. You know what I mean? It's a mindset. Once you grab that black shirt, it does something to you. It's like it's a surreal feeling. Like I'm a black shirt, and I got to hold to a standard. And we do it all as a black shirt. I'm my brother's keeper as a black shirt. You know, if he get past Holloway or Neal, I'm there. And I could tell Neal if the guard is pulling and coming out getting me, knocking the crap out of me, I tell Neal, look, you're killing me, don't let him out. Neal won't let him out. He might, miss an assignment not to let him out.
How important?
We was brothers out there. We was brothers.
Right. How important was you guys talking to one another out there on the football field?
Oh man, that's 90% of the battle was us communicating. Mm-hmm. Me knowing where they at, they knowing where I'm at, and that's all we used to do. It would be so loud in the stadium. However, Vershawn, for yourself, you can still hear your brothers. You can still hear your brothers. Mm-hmm. No matter how loud it was, I could still hear Lorenzo on the other side of the field telling me, come over or watch him. I could still hear him. The safety, my ears were trained to hear the safety no matter what. No matter how loud it was in the stadium, I could still hear the safety.
So what's this about you not going to the huddle?
Well, that all started when I first, got the starting position. And you got Spockman, Danny Noonan, Neil Smith, and all those guys, 6'5" and 6'4" and above. I'm in the huddle, I'm 5'9". I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't read the lips of the middle linebacker making the call. So I would stand outside of the huddle, and Coach McBride would get mad because, he wanted a uniform huddle. He would get mad at me, like, get your butt in the huddle. But I'm telling him, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't see him. So I stopped going to the huddle, and I would explain it to Coach Darlington. Coach Darlington sent me to Coach Osborne to explain to Coach Osborne, and they both agreed. Okay, as long as Charles getting the call the way he's getting it, leave him alone. Let him, not come to the huddle. So that's when all the, cornerbacks and stuff not going to the huddle. That's where it started at in Nebraska. Mm.
Wow. Who was the toughest person on that defense in '88? Let's talk 88.
Oh, my defense?
Yeah.
The toughest? Me.
Man, if they listening right now, your brother's gonna have something to say about that.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna tell you.
Come on, man. You had Neil Smith, the Sandman, Leroy Etienne, man, that Danny Noonan, man, you had some killers on the payroll, and they know. You know what I mean? Lawrence Pete. Do I got to keep on going? I mean, you're talking about you the toughest. 5'9", talking about I'm the toughest. Well, you know what? Now that I think, that's what, you know what? Now that I think about that, you're right.
I was the smallest. I had to be the toughest.
But who was the toughest though? The physically,
the
the meanest.
Leroy Etienne. He was a line bastard. He wasn't a linebacker. He was a line bastard. I mean, ferocious. If you look on the Kickoff Classic, they had a dude for Texas A&M. He was an All-American receiver, and he was the kickoff return guy. On the kickoff, Leroy was on the kickoff team. Leroy took off, and I mean, Leroy ran through this cat. We still ain't seen him play a down the ball since.
Dang.
Leroy ran through him.
Hey, so listen, all my friends, the majority of my friends, except for Lawrence Phillips, that was my best friend, but the majority of my friends that I really hung with, they all was black shirts. And I don't know what it was. And I always used to tell them, you know what I mean? I have a black shirt mentality on offense. So if you could imagine somebody that was a black shirt on offense doing bad things to little bitty defensive backs and safeties and linebackers, you know, cutting them down and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of the player I was. But you guys' mentality, do you remember when you got the black shirt?
I remember the first day I got my black shirt, man. I told you, it's an honor. It's like the Heisman Trophy to cats. You know what I mean? If you go out to Nebraska and you become a black shirt, do you know how much, praise and how much people admire you for that, for being a black shirt? And your team, once they know you're a black shirt, wow. It's big, man. It's big. Becoming a black shirt, I remember the first day I got my black shirt. I told you they promised me that I would be a starter. But you're not a starter until you get your black shirt. You still there?
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Yeah, you're not a starter until you get that black shirt in your hand. Man, I didn't even want to practice with my black shirt on.
Oh, you wanted another shirt on. How was practice back then?
Competitive. Very competitive. They made me go against Dana Brinson every day. Every day, they made me go at least, doing one-on-ones, because we have one-on-one drills.
Mm-hmm.
I at least had to go against Dana Brinson 2 times during the one-on-one session. At least 2 times during that one-on-one session, I had to go against Dana Brinson. And everything was competitive. Because we had to try you make each other better.
Right. How was playing against Barry Sanders?
Oh, wow. I'll tell you a story about that. The first time we seen Barry Sanders, we was in Stillwater. And we kicked off to them. Barry got the ball. He only got like 30 yards, but he must have ran 200 yards to get that 30 yards. And we was like, man, we was on the sideline, we do not want to see him. Nobody hurt Thurman. Don't hurt Thurman, because then we're going to have to see that kid. That kid was something terrible. He was something fierce. I hit him in the thigh one time. Everything went numb. And I thought when I hit him that the collision was enough that he would flip or go down. I hit him. Everything went numb on my body. I looked up. He was downfield dancing. I said, Lord, what they got here?
I saw you when you had that tackle on Thurman Thomas, pick him up. So I said that when you told me that story, now I know why you picked him up. Because normally that don't happen.
That's right. We wanted to keep Thurman fresh. Because we didn't want to see Barry. Barry was something special. And we knew it. We knew it his sophomore year. We knew Barry was going to be something special from that kickoff.
In your 4-year, 5-year window at Nebraska, who was the best running back?
The best running back I ever seen?
Yeah.
Barry Sanders.
No, for Nebraska.
For Nebraska?
Yeah.
Doug DeBose. Hands down.
Doug DeBooty.
Hands down. Doug DeBose. Then I'm going to tell you another guy. He didn't get all his just due. but they was right on. They was together. Leotis Flowers.
Leotis.
I don't know if you remember Leotis.
Come on, man. I'm from Omaha. You know I know Leotis. He went to he hit the running back high school. It was running back U, but it was the Central was where all the great running backs from the Calvin Jones to End Zone Jones to Leotis Flowers to Amon Green. So
Leotis and Ken Clark. Come on now.
Ken Clark, Omaha Bryant.
Come on. That's it.
R.I.P. man, the great Ken Clark, man.
Yes,
Man, Ken Clark was special. Look, Ken Clark may be the most underrated running back to me at Nebraska.
Yes,
Because that joker had to get some tough yards.
Strong and got moves, could dance. He did it all, man. Receive out the backfield, he did it all.
Wow, I'm stunned. So, Doug DeBose, who else was in that backfield at the time? Who was on offense? Steve Taylor, Doug DeBose, End Zone.
Okay, when my first year, the Rathman was still there. Bone was still there.
Did you ever have to deal with Rathman?
Yeah, Bone and Doug DeBose was in the backfield together.
I know, but did you ever have to deal with Rathman on a one-on-one level?
I'm trying to tell you the story.
Oh, okay.
And they coming through the hole, Doug DeBose and Bone, right? First time they come through, you hear Doug laughing like a hyena. Doug would come through the hole laughing, punching people, right? So I cut Bone down the first time. Now Bone got calves bigger than my thigh. His calves bigger than my thigh. Bone come through there. I gets out the way. I grab the receiver, act like he blocking me. So I ain't got to mess with Bone. Bone goes in the end zone, turns back around, and running right at me like a rhinoceros, chasing me around the field. Coach Osborne ended up laughing their butt off.
Right.
Bone started chasing me. We started running around the field. He chasing me with the ball.
Why y'all call Tom Rathman Bone?
Rathbone.
Oh, Rathbone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So listen, man, we're gonna take a break. When we get back, I want you to think about this one. We're gonna talk nicknames. The captain, the ticket. Okay. I'm with Charles Fryer, 93.7.
This is your high school minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In baseball on Thursday, Lincoln East decimated Lincoln High 11-0. Cameron Tennant was the star of the game with 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Lincoln North Star won over Norfolk 11-4, and Lincoln Southeast beat Grand Island 7-5. In track, Lincoln Pius X showed up in a big way during the Northeast Relays on Thursday. The boys won 4 events and the girls won 6. Reese Crossroad won the boys long jump and triple jump for the Bolts. Kate Campos for Lincoln Pius won the 100-meter hurdles with a time of 15.02 seconds. Lincoln East St. Capos won the discus and shot put. In coaching news, Lincoln Southeast has announced a new wrestling coach. Braden Willis, currently an assistant wrestling coach at UNK and former wrestler at UNK, will take over as head coach next season. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A mix of sun and clouds, windy again today as northwest winds will gust over 30. We'll see an afternoon high of 58. Passing cloud cover tonight with winds calming and a low down to around 28. Tomorrow, again, a mix of sun and clouds, not quite as windy, but slightly cooler with a high of 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, Em,
Remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues. But things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Bagels and Joe is ready for the spring with pesto cream cheese, great on any bagel. Try a mint and peach Arnold Palmer while you're there, and don't forget their locally roasted coffee, delicious breakfast burritos, and bagel boxes for the office. Bagels and Joe with 4 Lincoln locations.
Have you ever wanted to build a catapult? Have you ever wanted to launch something other than water balloons with a water balloon launcher? Do you want to be a national champion? Then you need to get a team and sign up for the National Avocado Launching Championship, May 21st in North Platte. That's right, the National Avocado Launching Championship is taking place right here in Nebraska. Launch avocados for fame and glory. Sign up at avocadolaunching.com. That is avocadolaunching.com. And remember, the top prize is $5,000.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Wedding season is underway. Stop wearing your fading, wrinkling shirts and update your wardrobe today at M Suits Clothiers in Lincoln. M Suits has men's clothing for every occasion, from business to leisure to weddings and formals. And they've been chosen by Lincoln as best of men's clothing for 4 years running. The buying process is quick and easy with personal service that's hard to find. And they're family owned, where you are also treated like a part of the family. M Suits Clothiers, just south of 56th and Pine Lake on Red Rock Lane.
What does better service mean? At Allo, it means that you get the best fiber internet available at prices that work for you. Better service means installers who show up on time. Better service means no billing shenanigans. Better service means a real person answers the phone. If you're not paying for better service, what are you paying for? Get Allo. Get better service. Switch today at allofiber.com/better service.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
The Home Builders Association of Lincoln and Bombers Garage are proud to sponsor this year's Cruisin' for the Trades car show on May 1st. It's the first major car show of the season, and they have 20 plus big trophies for muscle cars, old cars, classics, trucks and bikes, EVs, and anything in between. Register your car today at hbal.org and enter into as many categories as you wish for the show at SCC's campus at 88th and O. Proceeds from the event go to the Lincoln Home Builders Care Foundation to support careers in construction. Register today at hbal.org.
Busted. Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Cowboys break their huddle. Parker goes wide right. Sanders out of the lineup. Mitch Nash replaces him. The one
offense. Cowboys 0 for 1 on third down conversions from the 25. Gundy's back to pass. He has a man. He throws it right into the hands of Nebraska players at 15, the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Nebraska.
What a shame. There were two players wide open. Dykes underneath, Brent Parker behind him. They both had the inside route. It looked like maybe Gundy was going on the outside route. What a disaster. That would have been a big gain. I'm not so sure Dykes, if he would have been able to grab it, coming across, might not have scored. He was wide open coming across.
Gundy threw the ball way over through Dykes, as you said, Tom, right into the hands of Charles Fryer, who made a big interception a year ago, and he goes 85 yards for the touchdown. Nebraska's touched the ball twice, once offense, once defense, and scored both times. What a bizarre way to begin this game. 11:29 to go, first quarter, and it's 13-0. Nebraska trying to make it 14-0.
That was Charles Fryer, pick 6 against Harley Dykes. You went crazy the Oklahoma State game.
Yeah, it was a big game, man, because I tell you, Coach McBride and Coach Darlington was like, yo, this guy, Hartley Dykes, he make more money than we make, you know, playing college football. So they really, and I think we really recruited him hard, and he elected to go to Oklahoma State. So they kind of had a vendetta against him. And I dumped him one time, right in Coach McBride's lap. And Coach McBride has a big grin on his face after the end of the game. He's like, it was no better feeling to get Hartley Dykes dumped in my lap.
Right. During the game, the one guy we want to get a hold to, you dump him right or give him a Christmas present on the sideline.
Yeah.
Hey, so in the day, we talking, let's go back to nicknames. Give me some of the nicknames that was on the team.
All right, we had Willie Griffin with big money. We had Sandman. Of course, everybody knows Sandman. We had Lawrence Pete, Sweet Meat. We had B-Dub, B. Washington. We had Toucan, Brian Davis, Toucan. We had Coop was just regular Coop. Reggie Cooper was Coop. Yeah. And you know, they call me Peace. Because I guess every time I used to, my farewell was ended with a peace. You know what I mean? I used to say peace all the time. So they used to call me Peace. So, you know, we had quite a few. And I'm sure there's many more that you know, I just can't process right now. But, yeah, we had some nicknames out there.
Yeah, I usually gave a lot of people, you know, their little nicknames. So, what would you say when you think about this day and age of the transfer portal? Because I think there was a story where you wanted to transfer because they moved you from offense to defense. And what?
When I first got that call, and Coach Osborne and Coach Darlington asked me to come to the football office, I really didn't know what it was about. So I was kind of, you know, hesitant. I was like, wow, these guys, you know, they want me to leave or what's going on? But when I got there, they was like, Charles, you know, looking at your test scores, looking at Dana's test scores, we feel as though, you know, you would probably be the better suited to switch the defensive back. So we'll make this promise to you right now. You know, if you switch the defensive back coming next fall, you'll go into, you know, the year as the starter. And I really wasn't with it. You know, I really wasn't, you know, I was against it the whole time. I called home crying like a baby. I was like, Mom, they took the ball out of my hand. I'm about to call Coach Campo at Iowa State. I'm out of here, right? But, you know, of course, as like mothers do, she was like, well, if you can't be the best wide receiver they got, be the best defensive back they got. You know, you say you're one of the best in America, be the best defensive back they got. Show them. So that's what I did. You know, I just said, you know, well, okay, you know, I said, well, let me play one scrimmage at wide receiver because I was practicing wide receiver the whole time I was there. So I was like, just let me play one scrimmage at wide receiver. And then, you know, since I never played defensive back and the scrimmage was coming up, I said, let me play wide receiver that scrimmage and I'll play defensive back from there. It was like, nah, just go play defensive back. They didn't even want to see it. They was like, nah, because if you get out there and start looking this way, because Coach Huey, who was the receiver coach at the time, he was like, no, don't switch. Behind their back, he was like, I know what they asking you to do. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just keep telling them no. Stay at a receiver. And I just felt as though I had no win. You get the head coach, Tom Osborne, come to you asking you, he wants you to switch. Is a no. You can't fight that.
Right. When you think Coach Osborne, what do you think about?
When I think Coach Osborne, I tell you what first came to my mind when you asked me that question was that eye. That eye when you go in that office and he squint those eyes. And my first, when I'm thinking Coach Osborne, I'm thinking psychology. You can't lie to him. He's looking right through you. So I would get there and try to, justify some of the wrongs that I did, knowing that he knows I'm sitting there lying. I know he's sitting, he's laughing inside because he knows that I know that I'm lying.
Right.
So, just those squinting eyes, those eyes, man. And a saying that he used to have. He used to say, he used to tell us before the game, he used to say, guys, they already know they're supposed to lose. It's in the back of their head that they're supposed to lose. Our job is just to put it in the forefront of their mind.
Bring their thought to fruition.
That's all. They already know they're supposed to lose. So let's just help them out a little bit.
Let us get there early. Let's be done in the first half. That was our goal. Get done. Let's beat them up in the first half. So all we got is one series in the third quarter, and we can sit down and maybe steal us a piece of Valentino's pizza or something, or Fairbury hot dog. Well, I tell you what, we're gonna throw it to break, but when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about NIL, what NIL is now, what it would have been back in the day, and just moving forward. I'm talking to Charles Fryer, the captain of Ticket 93.7.
Where does it stop? Where do you dare me to draw the line? You got the body, now you want.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff@brokersinsurancene.com.
Do you know the common signs of transmission trouble?
Your engine revs before falling into gear, shifting is rough, or you're leaking reddish-brown fluid.
Knowing the signs could mean repair instead of replace.
That's where we come in. We're Certified Transmission.
The job done right at the right price.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served Buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
The best time to have your air conditioner serviced is before you really need it. Call Bryant now and schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. You'll stay cool and comfortable when you need it most. Just call 467-1111 to schedule your air conditioning check. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Did you know your air ducts can hold up to 17 pounds of dirt, dust, pet dander, and so much more? John Henry's is here to help make the air you breathe cleaner with a duct cleaning. If you've never had your ducts cleaned, now is the best time, especially if you have pets, someone in the home with allergies or asthma, or you've ever done a renovation. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. Liverpool has closed the gap on Man City, now trailing by just 1 point in the standings following a 2-0 victory over Brighton and a scoreless draw between Man City and Crystal Palace. Chelsea remains third in the standings and will face Brentford at 9 a.m. this upcoming Saturday. Catch all that and more games at McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Have you ever wanted to build a catapult? Have you ever wanted to launch something other than water balloons with a water balloon launcher? Do you want to be a national champion? Then you need to get a team and sign up for the National Avocado Launching Championship, May 21st in North Platte. That's right, the National Avocado Launching Championship is taking place right here in Nebraska. Launch avocados for fame and glory. Sign up at avocadolaunching.com. That is avocadolaunching.com. And remember, the top prize is $5,000.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Back with Vershawn Jackson. Sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Let's play, we got Fat Albert still in there? Yeah. That's right. It's the captain, the Ticket 93.7. I got to play something for you, Charles Fryer. See if Play, you, brother. I'm going to play this for you. You take you back to the old school.
Hey, hey, hey! It's Fat Albert, and I'm gonna sing a song for you. And we're gonna show you a thing or two.
Gotta have it. You'll have a fun now with me and all the gang. While we do our thing. My brother just whole stereo. Yeah. Listen, man. Now you grew up on Fat Albert for real. Yeah. I don't think people understand that how influential Fat Albert and the gang was.
Oh yeah, because they always made something out of nothing. That was the story of our life,
right?
You know, in the hood.
making something out of
Out of
nothing.
nothing.
You know, I think sometimes people don't understand that. And I think this is the genius of Coach Osborne. His ability to go to every single hood
Right.
and extract a player that if he wouldn't have extracted us at the time that he extracted us, who knows where our life would be at right now.
I tell you, I can go deeper than that on that recruiting conversation. You know, like when I was being recruited, and this is just straight, you know, straight truth. How where I'm from, how my father and mother, how they grew up, and they were from the South. When Coach Osborne came to my house, Coach Osborne, Coach Solich, Coach McBride, Coach Huey, they all came in together. When they first got to where I live at, they stopped and asked, you know, because guys on the block, they stopped and asked, well, where does Charles Fryer live? First question they got was, who's asking? Why are you looking for him? Who are you? You know, and that's just where I'm from. They're not gonna say, oh, he live right there. The first thing is, why are you looking for him? You know, that's our boy. What you need him for? So now, after we sat down and visit, after Coach Osborne sat down and visit with my parents, on the way out the door, my father grabs Coach Huey by the jacket. When you get time, come talk to me. Right? So when Coach Huey comes back, my father's questions were, what's going on? Tell me what's going on and you know, how you can tell me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How you can explain it to me. Because a lot, my father, his education level went up to 7th grade. He's from the South, deep South. So a lot of things that they were explaining and talking about, he had no interest in. You know, he had no interest in that. He wanted to know how y'all gonna take care of my boy. Is my boy gonna be okay out there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he basically turned me over to Coach Huey. Like, I'm putting my boy life in your hands right now. Not in Coach Osborne, not in Coach Solich. I need to know from you he gonna be all right, brother.
Yeah,
that's how it went down.
Yeah, it's funny though.
That guys need to, that schools need to know that, yeah, you can go in and talk to kids, but there's always a guy there that's going to be able to bridge the gap. You got to have somebody there that's going to bridge the gap.
It's funny you should say that because that's kind of, maybe that's their MO. I don't know with Coach Osborne, because that's kind of how it happened with when he came, you know, here he is coming to Vietnam Projects and asking where I live at. And before you know it, half of the projects is in front of my house talking about, yeah, Coach Osborne is at his house. And I had a whole conglomerate of people sitting at my house. And that just goes to show you that Coach Osborne transcended not only color, but he transcended hoods, man. I mean,
and he knew, Coach Osborne knew what to do. Coach Osborne knew how to recruit in the inner city. You know what I mean? He knew who to send in there to get them out. Because once, like you said, you know, once they found out it was Coach Osborne in the University of Nebraska, oh, he was getting the red carpet. He got the red carpet. Oh, he lived right here. Coach, y'all back up. Watch out. Get out the way.
Right.
This Coach Osborne for Peanut. Go ahead. You know what I mean? My nickname then was Peanut. This Coach Osborne from Nebraska for Peanut. Everybody back up. You know what I mean? Let Coach Osborne through.
Yeah,
so
that's it. But that's what's so amazing for me, that, you know, when I talk to different guys like yourself and others, everybody's story is the same, just a different area, just a different. It's just a different. It's just a different state, a different city. But that just goes to show you how big recruiting was back then. Now, obviously, because I'm gonna tell you what I feel like Coach Osborne recruited. He recruited athletes. He recruited guys that could think, guys that could play multiple sports, guys that can play multiple positions.
Right.
When you were in high school, what other sports did you play besides football?
Basketball and track.
See, there it is. I
Right.
mean, you know, and that was his. To me, that was his motto. I'm a recruiter athlete. So it was like a fail safe. So in the event that it doesn't work out for Vershawn Jackson playing fullback, he can play another position and he might be successful.
Yep.
You know, I say this too. Lawrence Phillips destroyed a lot of people's career at running back because we came in, you had Ramon Worthy. I think you remember that name, Ramon Worthy.
Yep.
Ramon was a running back from New Jersey, and you know he had broke all Mike Rozier's records.
Right.
You know, so you had Jamel Williams, he was a running back. I was a running back. Tim Carpenter was a running back. We had running backs galore. Guess what? When they got to Nebraska, Lawrence Phillips said, none of you guys are playing running back ever again. Find another position.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I mean, he didn't say that, literally say it, but through his play, there was no, you know, when you go from when you play as a true freshman at Nebraska, you beating some heck-of-fied people out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So these are guys who have been there for 2, 3, 4 years.
Right back at Nebraska.
Yeah.
Toting that thing. You toting that thing.
You know, so I always
because
say
of the climate. Also because of the climate. You got to tote it. So we're not going to throw the ball around too much when it get cold.
It's too cold to
In the
be
weather.
throwing it around, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So when what was your best game?
My best game, I would say, if you ask me, I would say the Sugar Bowl against LSU when my mother passed away. And if you ask anybody else, I think they would say the Miami game in the Orange Bowl.
Why do you say the LSU Bowl, Sugar Bowl?
Because it was, you know, like I said, my mother had passed away that Christmas. You know, it was like we had just got down to New Orleans, and she passed away. It was the 28th. So we were down there for a couple days, and she was sick, and I knew she was sick, so it was a lot on my mind. But she had told me she was going to be okay. You know what I mean? She was just waiting for the game. You know what I mean? She didn't want a TV in her room in the hospital when she was in the hospital. She just wanted a TV when the game came on, right? So the day before she passed, we were on Bourbon Street, because I just got good news, you know, from the doctor. She's doing great. The next morning, Dana came in the meeting room, in the defensive meeting room. Now I'm in the defensive meeting room, falling asleep. You know how we do. Nodding, falling asleep. And Dana running on the tables, coming across the table. He's like, Peace, you got to call home. You got to call home. So I immediately jumps up, runs to the phone, and I calls home. And my dad tells me the bad news. You know, I finally got the news out of him because he wasn't saying nothing. And I was like, man, just tell me. And my brother's in the background. Just tell him, you know, just tell him. He's like, man, your mom's gone. Your mom passed. And I broke the phone. I slammed the phone down on the thing and broke it. And I just turned around. And when I turned around, somebody just grabbed me. And when I looked up, it was Coach Osborne. I was in his arms. And it was just like, wow, that's deep. You know what I mean? That really meant something. I don't know if people can understand how much that meant, but just him being there at that moment, the first person I seen after I got that bad news was Coach Osborne. And he just held me and wouldn't let me go.
Wow.
And then when he finally let me go, all the arrangements were already made for me to go home. You know what I mean? They flew me in a helicopter to the airport. Got to the airport, flew me home. I was home for like a couple days, and he called me. He was like, "Well, you know, it's about time for you to get back. We got a game to play." And I was kind of upset. I was like, you talking about a game and my mom passed away. I'm not thinking about no game right now. But, you know, he hit me with some words. He was like, you're not an undertaker. You're not a doctor. There's nothing there you can do. She wanted to see you play. She wanted to see you play, and that's what you're going to do. And he sent me a ticket. I came back, and I had a hell of a game. I didn't start that game. On the second play of the game, the first play of the game, they went deep on John Custer. Second play of the game, I was in the game. And from then on, I shut down. I forgot the receiver's name from LSU, but we ended up winning 30-15. And they had scored the first touchdown. And, I had a pretty good game.
Was that going into your junior or senior year?
That was junior year.
Yeah. I mean, I got a similar story, you know, I was honorable mention all Big 12 coming out of my junior year, and me and my family, we all went to Mississippi. It was super hot. My mom ended up getting, you know, kind of sick or whatever the case may be because she had polio since she was 4. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, and she always watched the games on TV, you know, being from Omaha. I think she went to one spring game, but she never went to a game. And she told me, you know, my junior year, okay, I'm going to go to every game. So then, you know, here we are in the summer, it's July, getting ready for my senior campaign, and my mom passed away.
Wow, sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. And we was talking about this earlier today. A lot of times, you know, we're young men. We don't really understand that you took us away. And I say you took us away. I mean, we were led to go do something greater. Right. It took us away from mom, from the things that we loved. And then, you know, we were engulfed in playing football. And then when you get the news that mom is going, well, 4 years have already passed. And because we've been so engulfed in football, we kind of, the relationship that you normally would have with mom, you didn't have.
It suffers.
It suffers. You and then when they pass away unexpectedly, it was like, dang.
Can't get it back.
Can't get it back.
I was out here. My thing was I was out here to get you a house, Mom. Why you couldn't wait a little bit longer? I was going to get you a house.
Well, it's funny you should say that because my mom said something similar because I was mad. And because when she got sick in Mississippi, they didn't know there was malaria and this, all this. Well, I got a twin brother. She had raised both of us. I was 22 years old, and I didn't want my mom to pass away in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up getting some money up and getting her flown back to Omaha. And, you know, she came back, they pulled the trach out, and she was fine for 3 days. And, we was talking, and my mom was just like, I've been through a lot of surgeries, a lot of, doctors in and out of doctor stays all of her life. And she said, you know how that feels. And I said, Mom, I just want you to be at my game. You told me you're going to come to a game.
Selfish.
And she said, this is what she said to me, and I'll never forget it. She said, I'll have a front row seat.
I'll be at every game.
Every game. So, yeah.
And I tell you, man, it was my relationship with my mom similar like that. It was my relationship. They had kicked me out of Nebraska. I think it was my sophomore year. I came back to school 2 weeks late from winter break, going into winter semester. I came back to school 2 weeks late because I was home with my mom. I didn't want to leave my mom. And they was like, is you coming back? What are you doing? What's going on? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. When I finally got back, I flew into Omaha. I didn't fly into Lincoln. I flew into Omaha because I'm thinking I'm sneaking back in town. Flew into Omaha. Don't you know, Coach Osborne, Coach Solich, right down at the bottom of the escalator, waiting for me to come. Yep, waiting. And I was like, I felt vindicated because I was there waiting. I was there with my mom. I'm like, man, look, do what y'all want to do. I was there with my mom. I didn't want to come back. And if you want me to leave, you want me to go back. Which way is the out flight going? Because I'll get right back on the plane and go back with my mom right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's once you get out there, man, it's a culture shock. People don't understand. It's a big culture change from New Jersey, where I live in New Jersey, to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Mm.
I mean, it's. I've seen a lot of guys come and go not because they couldn't play, because they couldn't take that culture change.
Mm. Yeah,
they couldn't fight through that culture change.
Yeah, it's you know, you hate to have moms. You know, for us, moms meant so much.
Right.
You know that. You know, it was a blessing to play football, but sometimes when you miss that time with your mother,
exactly,
it's still. I'm 47, and my mom died 25 years ago, and it still stings.
Yeah, that
I didn't get a chance.
Bro, I go through it every Christmas. Mine died around Christmas, dog. So every Christmas is like, it's there. It's there every Christmas, like, and it hurts just like yesterday.
Yeah.
It don't get no better. It don't get no better. And you can't be prepared. If I could tell one young guy about that experience, you can never be prepared.
It's the captain. It's the captain. The ticket 93.7. We'll be right back.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. Liverpool has closed the gap on Man City, now trailing by just 1 point in the standings following a 2-0 victory over Brighton and a scoreless draw between Man City and Crystal Palace. Chelsea remains third in the standings and will face Brentford at 9 a.m. this upcoming Saturday. Catch all that and more games at McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
The best time to have your air conditioner serviced is before you really need it. Call Bryant now and schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. You'll stay cool and comfortable when you need it most. Just call 467-1111 to schedule your air conditioning check. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
What are you doing, Sip?
I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives.
So you're building what exactly?
It's a motion-censored switchboard. Duh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course. Ow! God! Ow!
Seems like a job for a professional.
Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat with a simplified buying process, at-home test drives, hassle-free delivery, and service pickup and return. Check out all our new vehicle specials now during the Jeep Celebration event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Find great deals now on new Rams, Jeeps, and more during Ram Truck Month and the Jeep Celebration event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our entire inventory of new and certified pre-owned vehicles anytime. At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
The Home Builders Association of Lincoln and Bombers Garage are proud to sponsor this year's Cruisin' for the Trades car show on May 1st. It's the first major car show of the season, and they have 20 plus big trophies for muscle cars, old cars, classics, trucks and bikes, EVs, and anything in between. Register your car today at hbal.org and enter into as many categories as you wish for the show at SCC's campus at 88th and O. Proceeds from the event go to the Lincoln Home Builders Care Foundation to support careers in construction. Register today at hbal.org.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, change it. I gotta change the move, Charles. I gotta change the move, peace. It's almost game time. Can y'all feel it out there in Ticket Country? 93.7. It's the captain.
We be back, Lincoln.
We'll be back. Spring game. Spring chiller.
Spring game. We coming home.
The all decades reunion.
Friday at the
Wow.
Strut, man. It is absolutely positively going down. Hey, Charles, you got Wingstops in Jersey?
Yes, we do. It's
Listen,
on the chain, right?
yeah, Wingstop,
Yeah.
the chicken
Yes,
house.
we do. Yep.
So
Yep.
just so you know, let me spill a little knowledge. This show is sponsored by Wingstop. They got 3 locations: 28th in Superior, 50th and 29th in Pine Lake. You can order carry out, delivery online, www.wingstop.com. Flavors include lemon pepper, original hot, hickory
Lemon
smoke,
pepper.
yeah, barbecue, atomic, mango habanero, Cajun, spicy Korean, Louisiana rub, mild, garlic parmesan, and Hawaiian. Get to one of those locations and get you some chicken. Now, when y'all come back, Charles, for the spring game, hopefully I'll have. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have some $25 gift cards to give y'all, so you can go to Wingstop while you're here.
Oh yeah, I got to get me some of that.
Which one?
Talking about
Which one you mess with? The lemon pepper?
Oh man, I put down at least 30.
Dang.
Lemon pepper? What? You ever tasted lemon?
Absolutely.
That's the one, man. That's the one. Lemon pepper does it for me, boss. I'm good right there.
I listen, man. It is what it is. Hey, I just want to say, Sauter Heyman text line is open 464-5685. Sometimes real men get emotional too. Real men go through things, and sometimes we need to talk it through and get it through, and then shake it off, and then say, okay, it's time to win some football games. You being from New Jersey, how has it been for you the last 10 years regarding Nebraska football?
Well, of course, as you know, I haven't had the opportunity to have the bragging rights around here at all. Because of what we've been going through there, the big changes that has been made. But I still get recognized, and I still have the 80s and the 90s to brag on. But it's rough, man.
What do we do to get
I'm
back
a
though?
modern
Are you watching games?
Yeah.
What do we in your
Even have.
eyes? What do we do to get back to, let's call it, Nebraska of the 80s?
Compete in practice.
We talking about practice.
Compete in practice. We got to get the best guys on the field. We got to recruit. And we got the perfect man there. You're going to see a change. We got the perfect man there. Mickey knows how to go them hoods into those places that some guys don't want to go in. But Mickey will go in there, out of there. So we got to recruit. Then we got to let these kids know what it means to be a black shirt. You're not just going to wear that black shirt and stand out there with your legs crossed. And that's it. Now the battle is black shirt. Not getting it. Once you get it, that's down the back. Keeping that, it was a struggle to keep that black shirt. And that's how it gotta be. It gotta be, you gotta compete, and you gotta have that mindset that somebody's coming to get my job every play. I gotta compete every play. Win every play. I gotta win. Play, next play, win.
Was that something that the coaches put in you, the players put in you, or it was already in you?
I think it was already. It was reiterated and polished once I got there. It was a standard. When I got to Nebraska, it was a standard. The Big 8 was definitely ours. That was a standard. We're gonna battle. We already know it, but everybody else, like I said, Coach Osborne used to tell us, they already lost. We just got to go ahead and help them out, and that's what we would do. So yeah, man, what we had to do, we had to get back to those long weltering days in Lincoln and battling each other, helping each other out. And
I think we could turn it around. I think we're gonna see a little turn here. I'm expecting a little turn, this year coming up. But within 3 years, I think we're ready to battle. I think we'll be back in contention.
You think it's going to take 3 years from now?
I think 3 years from now, I think we should be, playoff bound. I'm giving Mickey 3 years, man. I told him I'm giving change this thing around.
Yeah, well,
Y'all
he's
killing me,
already
man.
coming
Y'all
in
killing
doing
me
some
out
great
here.
things, though. I can tell you that right now. He's doing some great things for the program, for Omaha. Getting back into Omaha and recruiting Omaha again to me was like the number one thing that this staff had to do, because they had lost Omaha. You got guys.
I couldn't believe that, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. That's we was guaranteed to get the number one back from Central.
Right.
You know what I mean? He number one running back from Central is almost is Lincoln bound, definitely.
Well,
We're gonna get the best
the
kids out of
top 5 to 10 players from Nebraska was Lincoln bound.
Yes. What happened to that?
We lost it, man.
Coach Osborne and them left the blueprint. They left the blueprint. All they had to do was follow the blueprint. I think where we went wrong, and I may be wrong, somebody may have a different opinion. But when we hired Callahan,
that's where it all went bad.
That's where I think it all went bad. I mean, what's your opinion, bro?
I think I'm in agreement with that. I think it didn't go all the way. The wheels didn't come completely off. Okay, let's just say you tried to drive the car. When we hired Callahan, we had a Ferrari with a nice motor in it already. All we had to do was tune the motor a little bit better. So you keep Solich, you tune the motor. He had just went and got all these different players or coaches for his staff. He fired or let go of guys that have been around this organization for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah, and but they forced his hand to do that, and then they turn right around and fire him before the end of the season is even over. And so that was the beginning of the end. You start running then we hired Callahan. You went and got a career less than 500 coach and said, hey, come to a school that has a history of winning 82% of our games, and you take us to winning 82% of our games, even though we know you only won 57% of your games. And so he took it, he flipped it all the way upside down. That was the beginning. So
different recruiting bases.
Yeah, different recruiting bases. He took North Stadium and instead of South Stadium be where the senior locker room is, totally flopped it and put it in North Stadium.
Where the freshmen at?
Yeah, where the freshman was, and then put everybody together. So now the freshmen didn't have to work for anything. See, before your butt was in that North locker room.
That's right.
Trying to figure out, like, why is this locker room look so high schoolish?
Right.
I need to get to the varsity locker room some way, somehow.
Right. All that mattered. All that mattered.
Right.
All that mattered. Yep.
It's making it there. But where I believe the wheels came off was we figured out Callahan wasn't the guy. We fired him. We brought in Bo Pelini. Now, Bo Pelini wasn't the nicest tool in the shed. Bo Pelini wasn't his filter wasn't as good as a Coach Osborne's, and he was a little rough around the edges. It'd be like if Coach McBride had been the head coach.
Right, he was a defensive coach.
Right. He brought it back to Coach Pelini never lost more or never he always won 9 games in his tenure at Nebraska. So he was former player friendly, and he got after it defensively. Okay. So to then fire him, now you just set us back, because what you do, you follow that protocol, you follow the plan of hiring a sub 500 coach to coach at a historically 82% college.
Right. I'm gonna tell you, when Steve got the job, I was totally surprised. I was totally surprised when they gave Steve Peterson that job. My mind was, is he ready for this? Is he? Because I mean, I know him from, before he was the AD and all that.
When he was recruiting.
I don't think he was ready, man. I really don't.
Well, yeah, I didn't necessarily get it, but it seemed like Peterson has some personal vendettas against some people in the athletic department, and to fire Bo Pelini and to me, without a real plan, you didn't have a plan, you didn't have a coach in mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Before you
And
fired
at
him,
Nebraska, we always had a coach in the wing.
it should have been. Technically speaking, here, let me back up. I think if Coach Solich had stayed the running backs coach and let Coach Turner Gill, if he had let Turner Gill become the offensive coordinator, I believe that the story is written different.
Right.
Because I know Coach Solich is an offensive mind, and I know him and Coach Osborne went back and forth. But why wouldn't you let? And I think this is what Scott is dealing with a little bit, and the reason why he went and got the coaches that he did, because he needs guys that can coach their position that will allow him to do other things.
Right.
Be a head coach. Be the CEO of Nebraska football.
Yep.
Not have to worry about the X's and O's and all the time. You know what I mean? And so,
like Coach Osborne was doing.
Exactly. And so it would have freed Coach Solich up, because I don't care what anybody says. Coach Solich is the things that I learned at running back from Coach Solich still rings true today.
He was mean, wasn't he? Wasn't he a bad coach?
Man, he was the meanest, one of the meanest, baddest, nicest coaches I know.
Yep, my recruiter.
And so I think if he had turned that over to Turner Gill, you wouldn't have saw the staff turnover. Bo Pelini's the defensive coordinator, and then you figure out, here it is 20 years later, Solich is retiring. One of those two guys can take the reins and then take us on into the future. But for whatever reason, Steve Peterson went to Pittsburgh, forgot who he was at Nebraska, and then came back to Nebraska and thought he was still at Pittsburgh.
Yep. That's why I said I couldn't believe Steve did it like that, man. I couldn't believe Steve did it like that.
Yeah.
Like we said, Coach Osborne left the blueprint.
Yeah, and
things were set already. You know what I mean? We had a coach in the waiting wings. We were grooming, grooming for the next head coach. He groomed Coach Solich to be the next head coach, and so on. And we was keeping things in-house. We started going outside. Now the recruiting base is changing. Now we playing Pac-12 football in the Big 12. Can't do it.
Sauter Heyman text line is open, 464-5685. Hit us up. Depressed 10 Miles fan says Peterson is definitely a villain, but honestly, Harvey Perlman is the worst of them all. Depressed 10 Miles fan, I need to know why you say Harvey Perlman is the worst of them all. Because I'm I like to know what I don't know, and what I don't know, if I don't know it, I like to learn it. And so learning that whole dynamics of Harvey Perlman and all that good stuff. I guess he was the one who hired Peterson. So,
Oh, he was the chancellor?
He was the chancellor that hired Peterson. Okay. So I guess now that I think about it, you start to kind of understand
the workings in and out.
Yeah. It says 526 something says, were a lot of Nebraska high school teams geared more toward option offense when Callahan came in? I would probably say so. I don't know. I won't know if I would say a lot of them, but I really would think that because the option game was so big at the time that you still had, Miller North been running the option for years. They've never stopped. My high school, on the other hand, never ran the option. Never even came close to running the option. We ran pitch, we ran sweep, but we did not run option, and we probably should have ran option. Like you said, the blueprint is there. High school should take Coach Osborne's blueprint, which I still have the playbook. If you want to buy that playbook, let me know. I'm gonna sell it to you by the page. But you know, if you got a blue, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
Leave it alone.
That's right.
What was the funnest time you had at Nebraska?
Huh?
What was the funnest time you had at Nebraska?
The funnest time I had at Nebraska.
Or who was like the comedian? Who was the jokester on the team?
I had a great time. And I'm glad you asked me that question because I want to give a shout out to our fan base. We have one hell of a fan base, and I love our fan base to death. The best fans in the world. In the world. And I just say that because I played in Barcelona and I played in Germany and in different parts of the world and in different parts of this country. But there is no place like Nebraska, the good life. You know? And I say that because, you know, like I was, you know, telling you about the Sugar Bowl that year. I mean, those fans wrapped their arms around me. They had a chant going, Fryer, Fryer. And you can see the signs in the stands, condolences, and we love you, Fryer. And, man, I love our fan base, number one.
Yeah, it's the best fan base in the country.
Yes, indeed, by far, hands down.
Hands down. That's why I was at the Ohio State game, and don't get me wrong, I get it. I'm a fan now. I stayed at the game as long as I could. I think we ended up leaving with maybe a minute or two to go, and I was mad about that. I thought we should have probably stayed and stuck it out, you know, just because that's who we are as fans. You know, win, lose, or draw, we rolling with our team. We're going to support the boys. And at the end of the day,
you can only ask for so much, though. You can only ask for so much of the fans, man.
Yeah, well, no, I believe me, I know that. I mean, when common sense tells you that something ain't right, and we looking at it, and it looks like a gorilla, it acts like a gorilla. It's a gorilla.
It's a gorilla.
We need to stop acting like it's a ram or a puppy dog. It ain't.
Right.
When it's a problem, it's a problem. It's a problem. And sometimes you got to identify the problem and then fix the problem.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, like to answer your question, I think it was the summer of '87. I think I was working for Mr. John Hergert over at Hergert Oil. And I think that was my funnest time I ever had there. The funnest time. I met my college sweetheart, Leslie Lewis. Yeah, I think that was the funnest time. And I just stayed the whole summer. Just stayed in Lincoln the whole summer working out and just, you know, really getting to see Nebraska, Millard, you know what I mean, and other places, Norfolk, you know, just seeing the flatland. Because I love the country. I love to see the country. I tell you, a couple times I took the Greyhound from Omaha, from Lincoln to New Jersey, just to see the country, you know, just to see the land.
What was that? 20? That would have to take you about 35 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Loved it.
Yeah, because you
a
get
couple times I wanted to, you know, get a Uber or a taxi to the airport, but I stuck it out.
Right. Yeah, especially when you go to the stop and it's all the people, and then all of a sudden the bus go from having 10 people on it to having 40.
Yeah.
You know,
but they don't be there long.
No, they don't be there long.
Yeah.
So if the NIL, you know, that's the name, image, likeness, or basically, you know, players are starting to get paid for their image and their likeness.
Right.
What are your thoughts about that?
Should have been done long time ago. A long time ago, it should have been done. I mean, okay, I get this situation where people say, well, they're paying for your education. Well, often there's times where your education, even though you set that path, that may not be the path the Lord wants you to go down. It may be a different direction. So now what's that education going to do for you? When there could have been revenue made, and so much revenue has been made off of our backs, you know, from the TV contracts to all, you know, the contracts with the Big 8 and situations like that, to where they made so much money that, you know, my scholarship was a drop in the bucket, a penny, a drop in the bucket. So it should have been done. You know, a lot of people didn't listen to Senator Chambers back then. You know, he barked a lot, but I don't think he had the bite.
Mm.
You know, he didn't
Big
have
bark,
the bite.
no bite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
a
he
big
didn't have
dog.
the bite.
Oh no, he ain't got no
It could have
teeth.
been easy. It could have been easy to do because it's power in numbers. Walk out. Oh, okay, we're not playing today. We're not playing today until y'all get this situation straight where we're gonna be financially okay. We're gonna be financially set. I don't care that we're amateurs or not professional. If it's that, then don't put us on primetime TV.
Mm.
If you're gonna have us on primetime TV where you got all these commercials and these things, you know, and people getting paid off it, why not us?
Yeah, why not put? I always say this. Do you know? Okay, I'm 47. I'm quite sure. What, you 52?
54.
54. Okay. So our 4 years, we both played 5 years at Nebraska. If we had gotten $5,000 put into a trust for the 5 years that we were there, and it didn't come, you couldn't get it until you turned 45. So
Right.
that's basically 20 to 25 years. That would have been, to me, that would have been suffice because it would compound interest and it would have been a nice little chunk of change later on in life to
Right.
say, hey, thank you for your service to Nebraska.
Right. Oh, that sounds like an
Right.
awesome program that would have helped.
Right.
Would have helped. Yeah.
Because and well, what? Let me ask you this: what do you say to people who will say you got an education?
I'll say to people who say that,
Yeah.
where I live at in New Jersey, that in the northeastern corridor, my degree from Nebraska is basically null and void because I have Penn State here, Temple here, Rutgers here, and places like that. So many of the times that, you know, I'm running into human resource professionals, they're hiring people from their alma mater with the Penn State degree, with the Rutgers degree, you know, with the Temple degree, with the Villanova degree. You know, so me being from Nebraska, they basically looking at my degree as an associate degree, basically.
Yeah, so I'm 100% definitely understand that. Hey, we're gonna throw it to break. We'll get back. We'll have more. Charles Fryer, number 10, 8 career interceptions in his career. 1 took back for pick 6. The captain, the ticket, 93.7. Be right back.
Southeast Community College is training tomorrow's workforce today with our nearly 60 career and technical programs. We are doing our part to help employers fill vacancies during this current labor shortage, graduating students with skill sets employers are seeking. We're also helping to upskill the workforce by adding short-term credentials like certificates in many programs so that employees can get retraining quickly. Learn more about upskilling with SCC at southeast.edu/academics. SCC, your path to possible.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
A mix of sun and clouds, windy again today as northwest winds will gust over 30. We'll see an afternoon high of 58. Passing cloud cover tonight with winds calming in a low down to around 28. Tomorrow, again, a mix of sun and clouds, not quite as windy, but slightly cooler with a high of 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Time to replace your heating and air? Get utility rebates and big discounts from Bryant. Call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating.
Round up your friends and coworkers to get out and play softball. Different skill levels are available in either competitive or recreational for men, women, and co-ed. All teams get 6 weeks or 8 weeks of regular season games, depending on the day you play, plus a double elimination tournament. Games start in April and play through July. Registration closes March 27th, so get signed up today. For more info and to sign up for adult summer softball, go to teamsideline.com/LincolnNE.
What does better service mean? At Allo, it means that you get the best fiber internet available at prices that work for you. Better service means installers who show up on time. Better service means no billing shenanigans. Better service means a real person answers the phone. If you're not paying for better service, what are you paying for? Get Allo.
Get better service. Switch today at allofiber.com/better service.
My computer was a dinosaur, and our TV, well, let's just say it was definitely time for an upgrade. But finding a way wasn't so simple. And then I found it, a research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. I earned cash for the study and was able to make those much-needed upgrades. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
What are you doing, Sip?
I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives.
So you're building what exactly?
It's a motion-censored switchboard. Duh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course. Ow! God! Ow!
Seems like a job for a professional.
Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
It's Comet's birthday on Friday, so it's time to celebrate. Buy one Stars ticket for Friday's game against Sioux Falls and get one free. It's all a part of Comet's BOGO birthday bash at the Ice Box. Get your BOGO tickets now at LincolnStars.com. That's LincolnStars.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
When everything is changing, you need a store that's a constant. A store that has the brands your family loves and the value that you need. A store where you can stock up, pick up, and drive up. A store that's close to home and feels like home. A store that puts the health and safety of you and your family above all else. And a store that's always here to help. At Kohl's, we don't know what next year will look like. We just know that we'll be here for you no matter what. Kohl's, here today, here to stay. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedominlaw.com today.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's my theme song. It's the captain. Ticket 93.7.
Yeah. I tell you, our first game, well, my first game starting against Florida State at home. And they played that Phil Collins. I was really coming in tonight. Yeah, when that beat dropped, it's something, ain't it?
Right.
Imagine that ringing through Memorial Stadium.
I know. Let me ask you this. Did y'all say the prayer?
Did we say, yeah.
Dear Lord, in the battles we go through last, we ask for a chance to spare. Y'all said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you imagine, right, if they did that this year and they opened it up to let the fans experience that and to say the prayer with the team?
Along with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be fire.
All together as one.
Yep.
Numbers in unison.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
I feel that, bro. I feel that.
Who was the guy that you took under your wings and said, I need to groom you, young pup. I see something in you. I know, just like somebody took us, but who was that guy that you took under your wings to kind of show him the ropes?
Reggie Cooper, Mickey Joseph, Eric Anderson, Sam Goff, them guys, and Joe.
Who you said?
Eric wasn't recruited. He wasn't a starter. He wasn't recruited. He wasn't, he wasn't getting a lot of action, and Big Joe Sims wasn't. And that's kind of the guys that I kind of like clung to. They kind of clung to me. They and I would get it from the starters like, yo, why you hanging around them? They don't even play, and they don't. Were my people. Those are the people that made me feel home and comfortable.
Nice. So Eric Anderson, we had Reggie Cooper on. I know when you caught that interception and went into the end zone, you two went into the end zone high five, and that might be the first time that happened. Where one guy's got the ball, the other guy, y'all high five and going into the end zone. So, and I don't know if you know this, but Reggie Cooper, and I tell him this every chance I get. I never let him forget it, especially now. Man, Reggie Cooper was my favorite player at Nebraska.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Well, one, he was from Louisiana. That's where my dad's family from. And then two, anybody that's big, that is that big, that strong, and hit that hard, I wanted to be like.
He had a physique. Don't tell him I said it.
Man,
he had a physique.
Hey, let me tell you something. That dude, he probably would knock somebody in the next week now.
Yeah, yes indeed.
You see,
indeed. He put snot bubbles in people's noses.
Yeah, you see Coop now. They might be a little scared of him right now. Talking about Coop, go put the pads on. We might have to put him at linebacker now, though.
Yes, indeed, and swear he's sexy. He swear he's the sexiest man on earth.
But yeah, I had Reggie Coop on, man, and we had a good time too. But he didn't know that, and I had seen him probably about 10, 12 years ago. I went to some little day party or something like that out in Dallas, and we going and we trying to get into the spot, and then they stop us, and I'm like, man, and the people that we was with, they couldn't get us in. So then this is why I say, when you play for Nebraska, it's way more juice for playing for Nebraska than it is playing in the league at that time. Because here I am like, hey, man, listen, man, I'm a 3-time champ, man. We got to be able to get in here. Next thing you know, I hear somebody say, VJ. I look, you know what I'm saying? Because they went and got whoever the manager was at the time or the assistant manager. And then they come back and like, VJ? And they look and this ain't Coop. Coop coming later. Cedric Collins.
Okay, yeah.
Said he said. And so said come, and then right after said come, right around the corner, here come Coop, the manager of the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Big smile on his face.
Yeah, it got us all in the spot. We had a good time, man. But I just think about that, and I told him then. I said, man, look, you know, we didn't have a real chance to really get to know the older crew, the older guys, but I looked up to you my entire life. And I wanted to be like you. You know, I wanted to be a person who played on that level, but I wanted to be big. I want to be big, bad, black, and strong and hit people in the mouth.
Ain't that so?
I'm just saying, man. Reggie Cooper was that man. He was that dog, if you ask me, boy.
That was my pup dog.
See, that's
pup
what
dog. You got him. I got him, pup dog.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So to have, and then I told that story about Baron Miles when you're talking about the size of the dog. You know, you can never get caught up in the size of the dog. You better get caught up in the size of the fight in the dog. Because one time we were doing special teams and I was on scout team. And you know how y'all black shirts are, man. You know how y'all are in practice. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't care. You don't care how hard you hit us. It didn't matter. We was just a means to get better. And so I deem our scout team the best scout team to put the pads on because we not only scored against the black shirts, but we talk reckless.
What?
Oh my dude,
man,
bruh. Listen, the only time I stopped talking is during when the scouts came in because I knew it was real. But when the scouts, man, listen, I ran my mouth so much on the scout team, it was pathetic because I was like, and I told my guys on scout team, I said, look, we gonna lose anyway. You might as well have fun while you do it. Do not let these guys be punking you out and then slapping us around and then holding us up while everybody come take a shot. I said, we gotta get mean and we gotta get after these dudes, man. Or you might. So let me just tell a story. So it's punts, and I'm mad because the black shirts done lit me up on 7 different occasions. So I'm like, I'm about to pick on the smallest black shirt, and I'm gonna tear him a new one. And I don't know what I was thinking. I just don't know. I aborted the mission. I went and attacked Baron Miles. You know, Baron Miles was 5'8", 165. And I went and got on him and called myself going to attack him, man. And by the time I looked up, man, the next play, he went and told everybody the next play. He got a hold of me, man, and slammed me on the ground. And I don't know why he did this, but he picked me back up, and then here come another guy to take a shot at me. Then he picked me back up. Then another guy took a shot at me. Then another guy took a shot at me. And that's what made me understand how cohesive the black shirts are.
That's right.
You guys were a phenomenal group.
Put a tag on you.
He put a tag and a bag on me. God dog. Hey, I'm talking to Charles Fryer, not Irving Fryer, the cousin. Charles Fryer, one of the baddest defensive backs to put the pass on at the University of Nebraska. We got one more segment with Charles Fryer when we get back. Charles, now's the time. When I come back, you can ask me what you want to ask me. You become the interviewer. The captain, the ticket, 93.7.
Time to replace your heating and air? Get utility rebates and big discounts from Bryant. Call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating.
Bagels & Joe is ready for the spring with pesto cream cheese, great on any bagel. Try a mint and peach Arnold Palmer while you're there, and don't forget their locally roasted coffee, delicious breakfast burritos, and bagel boxes for the office. Bagels & Joe with 4 Lincoln locations.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Did you know your air ducts can hold up to 17 pounds of dirt, dust, pet dander, and so much more? John Henry's is here to help make the air you breathe cleaner with a duct cleaning. If you've never had your ducts cleaned, now is the best time, especially if you have pets, someone in the home with allergies or asthma, or you've ever done a renovation. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations. Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you? Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
You hear that? That's the sound of extremely tender and delicious beef from Certified Piedmontese. Prime grade tenderness with a fraction of the fat and calories of normal beef. It's Nebraska-raised product and the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. Change the way you buy beef today at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, just north of 84th and Havelock, or at cpmercado.com.
Round up your friends and coworkers to get out and play softball. Different skill levels are available in either competitive or recreational for men, women, and co-ed. All teams get 6 weeks or 8 weeks of regular season games, depending on the day you play, plus a double elimination tournament. Games start in April and play through July. Registration closes March 27th, so get signed up today. For more info and to sign up for adult summer softball, go to teamsideline.com/LincolnNE.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
What does better service mean? At Allo, it means that you get the best fiber internet available at prices that work for you. Better service means installers who show up on time. Better service means no billing shenanigans. Better service means a real person answers the phone. If you're not paying for better service, what are you paying for? Get Allo. Get better service. Switch today at allofiber.com/better service.
Do you know the common signs of transmission trouble?
Your engine revs before falling into gear. Shifting is rough, or you're leaking reddish-brown fluid.
Knowing the signs could mean repair instead of replace.
That's where we come in. We're certified transmission.
The job done right at the right price.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Coppell gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. Is this thing on? It's the captain, the ticket 93.7, TyroneBird.com. If you need some insurance, holler at your boy, TyroneBird.com. That's bird with a Y, not a I. You still with us?
I'm here, Bo.
Charles Fryer, what questions you got for the Swami?
Swami, what was it like being in Lincoln day after y'all got back from the national championship? Because you got 3 of them, right?
Yes, sir. Which one? Which one?
Like, and what was the difference? What was your funnest one and what was the
Oh, man. For me, I think the funnest one was the Fiesta Bowl beating Florida, because they talked so much stuff. Like, we almost came to fisticuffs a couple different times at different functions that they had us at, because these dudes was out there running their mouth. And Coach Osborne would always say, don't get into it with them and blah, 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 blah. You know, and then in warm-ups, it'll get ready to be a big brawl, right? Coming down, because in warm-ups, these dudes walk through our drill, through the defensive back drill.
Wow.
And you know how that go. You know, you walk through our drill, you got some problems.
We got into it like that with Okie State, but go ahead.
Yeah, you got some problems. So the Florida game, because we totally dominated them. It was a spectacular game to see. There were so many plays that were being made, and we shut Florida up, and we let them know what time it was, and we did it in spectacular fashion, 62-14 or 24, or whatever score it was.
Wow.
I think the most fulfilling one was my senior year, though, being a team captain and losing our junior year, those 2 games, but coming back and putting our senior year campaign together and winning one for Coach Osborne and taking him out as a winner. That one was probably more fulfilling, because we came in winners, we left out winners. And Coach Osborne would always say, you seniors, you don't know what you've done, but 20 years from now, you'll look back on this moment and you'll know exactly what you've done.
Yes, indeed.
And we look back, and I'm like, when is the next time can we even begin to see that Nebraska win 3 championships in 5 years?
Yes, indeed.
You know, when is the time when we'll see where a player can come in this 5-year increment and say, I've never lost a game on Memorial Stadium ever.
Right.
You know, when is that time going to be? And I know I'm being a little bit facetious, because I'm not saying when that time is going to come or if it's going to come at all, but the consistent in playing, the consistency in not jumping off of sides, the consistency in throwing the ball away when you need to. And let me say this, and let me ask you. I better stop, because I said I was going to let you ask. Well, that's my answer.
No. Was it a big parade or? Tell me about some of the things.
No, it wasn't. You know, when we first got back, it was sweet because in '94 when we got back, it was so many fans at the airport that when we when you coming in for the landing, boom, man, you could see them. It was packed. And you know, when you say the fans are the best fans in the country, that's why. Because when we got back to a soldier's welcome. It was amazing. You know, and even, you know, going to the Devaney and having that and the ring ceremony, it was borderline amazing. Now, my senior year, I gotta keep it 100 and keep it funky. Big Daddy didn't come back home after my senior year. After we won the championship my senior year, I wasn't coming back home. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I went to, but I think we ended up driving home because back then, if you drove home, you got to get the plane money. The money. Yeah. And you know, back then when you come from peanuts, you know, you get a chance to get a little $800 check. Let me get that. I ride that 24 hours for $800.
Yes, indeed. Today.
Yeah. So I wasn't there, but you know, to hear what happened in the streets of Omaha, where Dodge Street, which is a main street, a main vein in Omaha, and the Crossroads Mall, it was people dancing in the street and super duper packed. So just to hear those stories, to see that, it was just truly amazing. So, and to be a part of.
Did you guys have parade?
Nah, we didn't have no parade. I don't remember no parade because you know.
No, y'all ain't have parade down Oak Street.
Nah, man, we ain't had no parade down Oak Street. You know what? If we'd had a parade, it was cold. Back then, it wasn't like it is now. I don't know what type of winter, bipolar weather we got.
I look at it like this: when Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, it was bone cold, but they were out there. They were millions out there.
So
you ain't gonna win it too often.
Nah, man, we didn't have nothing down Oak Street. I wish we would have though. Now that I think about it, but we had some good ceremonies. You know, when the spring broke, you know, we got our rings and stuff like that, and I think it was fun. It would have been nice to be serenaded with a that would have been nice.
Get on the float, ride down Oak Street on the float.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. But no, we didn't do that. And
okay, okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, come on.
All right. You asked me what I think about the NIL. What do you think we should have been compensated with back then?
Like I said, I think it would have been sufficient to get $5,000 a head per year you were there. And then they put it in some type of a 401k, CD, something. And when you turn 45, that's a nice little thank you for playing for Nebraska, a bonus that could help you in wherever you are in life. That'll help you. And then also, I think that our kids should be able to go to the University of Nebraska for free.
Okay.
I think that, you know, our commitment, you know, we committed our mind, bodies, and souls to practice, to university, to Nebraska for our entire career. And I think, you know, we put our lives on the line because, you know, they got the CTE thing going in the NFL, which I'm a part of. But, you know, I mean, it was no bigger collisions that I had than at Nebraska. So, you know, I think that, you know, that could have happened. That would have been nice to happen. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, Charles, you got to come back, man. That had to be the quickest.
Man, I tell you, I'm there for this spring game coming up, and hopefully I'll get a chance to be there again for a Hall of Fame induction.
Well, yeah, and we need to talk too. You know, the next time we talk, we want to talk about you were talking a little bit about having a you know, where people can come back and be coaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be very nice. That's a program that will help out.
Right. Give me your best Go Big Red before we go.
Let's get it, Big Red.
Come
back, man.
That's right. Hey, listen, that's Charles Fryer. It's been our show. Thank you to Charles for him coming and gracing us for his presence. Thank y'all, Ticket Country fans, Husker fans, the captain, the ticket, 93.7. We are out.
I'm Jenny Benson. I taught for 32 years. Educators are used to the challenges of